I'm vacationing in Ireland for 2 weeks. This is day 8 of hot Gael summer. We had the breakfast part of the B&B early that morning outside of Doolin and rushed to make our ferry tickets. Luckily, we made it with just a few minutes to spare, so the only seats were the front seats away from all the windows, which are the worst seats if you get seasickness like I do. There are people throwing up, but not me. Not me. I'm strong, and I'm not gonna throw up. Everything's great. But I made it in one piece, queasy stomach and all, to Inisheer, which is the smallest of the Aran Islands with less than 300 people living on it. And everyone speaks Irish there in their day-to-day lives. They even have a school where people go to learn Irish. It's a really nice place to visit. We were approached by a man with a horse asking if we wanted to ride, and I'm really glad we said yes because I did not know anything about Inisheer before I went. And he gave a brief history of the island and some stories about himself too. Him and his wife wanted to move there a few decades ago just for a bit, and they ended up staying because they really loved it. It was very sweet. He was a very sweet guy. He took us to an old cargo shipwreck on the opposite side of the island from where the ferry docks. So we went there, looked around, kind of turned around, and then we said goodbye, made our way over to the graveyard at the top of the hill where there's ruins of a 10th century church sort of sunk it into the ground. And after we explored that, Nathan met the most beautiful dog and they became best friends for 5 minutes. Until the dog left to go on another adventure. We went to see more of the ruins. As we were walking around, it started to rain, so we stopped for a snack. And then we walked around a little more, browsed the shops, lost Nathan's hat, found Nathan's hat at the last minute before we needed to get back on the ferry. It was a miracle. And then we had great seats in the back of the ferry on top with calmer waters and zero seasickness. When we got back to the mainland, we drove to the cliffs of Moher, and those were some great cliffs. And we had dinner at the Roadside Tavern, which a friend of ours from Doolin recommended. They have their own microbrewery, so we tried the beers that they make, and we really enjoyed them. And my risotto with smoked salmon was absolutely to die for. I recommend the Roadside Tavern if you're in the area. Then we made it to one more stop at the Twin Well, which was exciting, albeit small. Before we just had some beers outside of the B&B, hung out with our host Marie's Beagle, and just chatted the night away.